Should I be worried about how my child holds a pencil? Have you ever wondered about your child's pencil grip and whether or not you should fix it? I often see this question asked online about a child's pencil grip, and I've worked with students who have struggled with this. Stick around to hear what the research says as I share 5 ways to help your child with pencil grip. Hello parents, I'm Rebecca with the Parent Teacher Bridge. I completely understand what it's like to be concerned about how your child is holding a pencil. When my oldest child, a lefty, was learning to write, I did my research to make sure his grip was not going to cause issues down the road. He favored his left hand over and over, and I had only seen left-handed people hold their hand in uncomfortable positions. I wanted to know that down the road, everything was going to be okay. If you're concerned about how your child holds a pencil, listen up. First and foremost, let's establish what makes a good and effective pencil grip. What are the goals we want from a pencil grip? Well, we want a hand that doesn't get fatigued too quickly from writing. We want neat handwriting, and we want handwriting at a reasonable and efficient speed. With that description in mind, let's talk about what needs to happen first. A child needs to be able to move the muscles in their hand in such a way that the whole arm isn't making large movements while writing. With the popularity of electronic devices and screen time in children, there are trends observed that correct pencil grasp is developing at a slower pace or not at all. We need to recognize that handwriting is still important. Writing with one's hand retains information better than just typing it. Writing notes to someone bears a different value than a text message or email for its unique style and the time that we know it took to write it. So let's slow down and make sure that we are giving some attention to some basic motor skills and activities we had as children so that our children may benefit. How do we prepare those hand muscles and little fingers for proper pencil grip? Here are 5 ways to get you started. First of all, Play-Doh. Squeeze it, roll it, make shapes, and have fun. Yes, you may have to enforce the sit at the kitchen table rule to keep it off your carpet, but it's relatively cheap, especially if you use only one color at a time. Second of all, Wiki Sticks. These wax-covered pieces of yarn come in many different colors and can be used over and over. You can even find templates to use so that children can follow and build shapes and letters. As they shape the Wiki Sticks into designs, they develop more hand control with practice. This one might surprise you, as some people have certain rules about their child using scissors too young. But scissor cutting is a skill by itself, but from my research, I discovered that using scissors correctly strengthens the hand control for a better pencil grip. As I am helping my 5-year-old improve his pencil grip, I keep a folder of scissor activities that I printed online for free. Stringing necklaces, string, yarn, beads, even breakfast cereal. I've even used pipe cleaners instead of string. Can you imagine the fun your child will have with that? Lastly, this is a big one for me, half-sized crayons or broken crayons. Coloring with half-size crayons encourages more control and discourages the child from holding the pencil incorrectly. Now I want you to pay particular attention to this skill as it is one I've personally seen work with my son. At first, I didn't believe it would work because I had tried it a few times, but unsuccessfully. It took assurance from a friend whose son had been in occupational therapy that it does work, and it did work for her son over time. What if your child doesn't like to color? I had one that didn't enjoy coloring, but I noticed as I helped him more and he gained more control, he enjoyed it more. I print off free coloring pages for my child of characters that he loves. He is not a child that is naturally obsessed with coloring or drawing, but since we've been practicing his pencil grip and having conversations about how to hold it, his interest has peaked. I keep coloring books and notebooks handy, and sometimes I sketch with him. You don't have to be an artist to impress a young child with your drawing or coloring. You will often see that if you talk about something as exciting, that excitement can sometimes rub off on the child as well. All of these activities greatly strengthen the control of fine motor skills that make writing with a pencil so much easier. I highly recommend that you actively invest time in these activities and similar ones. So what about pencil grippers? Well, from some of the research I read, using a pencil gripper was one of the last resorts, primarily because you can't always guarantee your child will have one with them. I completely understand the desire to have one on hand, however, as I've been using one with my 5-year-old, as his grip is almost there, but not quite. I will say that after digging deeper into the research, I am planning to be more purposeful in making sure he is getting more scissor cutting and other fine motor skill practice. We are making these hands-on activities a daily occurrence now. So practicing with pencil and paper alone is not a guarantee from what I have read. So if you'd like to see the pencil gripper that I use and recommend, click on the link in the description below. It can be used for right-handed or left-handed children. And the children that I have used this gripper with have all enjoyed it. I keep an extra one in my purse for when my son wants to draw. But now that my son has continued half crayon and scissor cutting practice for a couple of months, he's actually much more likely to hold his pencil correctly without even needing the pencil gripper. Here's a brief description of some of the common pencil grasps you might see in children and what age you can expect to see a child with that particular grasp. As you can see, it isn't expected for early writers to have perfect pencil grasp immediately. As you look at the chart, notice the progression of what you should expect and when, so that you can implement motor skill activities or consult with an occupational therapist if your child is struggling in this area. If you still have concerns about your child's pencil grip, I urge you to have them evaluated by an occupational therapist and research what many of them have to say online. I've found many resources myself and can't wait to begin trying them out. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, comment below which idea you liked best. Don't forget to click the link to get my free ebook, 5 Quick Tips to Immediately Help Your Struggling Reader. Subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button below. And you can also find the Parent Teacher Bridge on Facebook and Instagram. Be sure to visit my website, theparentteacherbridge.com, for more help with your child's learning. Remember, you are your child's most influential teacher.